brother. Welcome to the podcast. Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man, as voted by Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Your anus. Shout out to everybody who tuned in live today here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time is when this happens. We're running a little bit late today, but it doesn't matter. iBook Boy, OG Mickey, the dude went postal, Chanting Plum, Pig Chunga Mundo, Sharky Genie, iBook Boy, Infamy, Julie Fett, Squidward, Keith Skates, Yaki Tasha, and maybe a couple of more people that are just lurking around that don't want to speak up. Always a pleasure to be here podcasting for you guys. I didn't sleep that much last night. I did drink some coffee, though. I'm a little bit, is hungover the right word? Can you be hungover and not have a headache? Because I don't have a headache. Not at all. I just feel like slow and shitty. I skateboarded a few days ago on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I woke up and I felt like I'd been in like a physical fight. I feel like I took a bunch of like punches to the liver and ribs. I got out of bed and I was like, dude, I didn't even ollie. I swear to you, this entire skate session, I didn't even jump. It was mostly just pumping around transition. And it fucking destroyed me, but I'm okay now. I bring that up because that's kind of how I feel now. Although I didn't skate last night. It was a friend's birthday. Went and hung out, went to the bar. I became a shuffleboard expert. Oh yes, shuffleboard. This game, it's a big table and there's like salt on it and you get these little like hockey pucks and you just shuffle them across the board. I learned the rules. Before I didn't know how to play the rules. Now I know the rules. It's kind of an interesting story. We're playing. I'm getting to know the rules, you know, like we're trying to figure it out. And this lady walks up, this middle-aged lady, you know, she's a little bit older than me, gotta be, walks up and she's like, can I try this game? Can you guys like show me this game? And I'm like, yeah, I just learned how to play it. So yeah, for sure. Which team you want to be on? She's, I'll be on this team. And I'm like, okay, cool. Anyways, we start playing. She's a fucking expert. And then she's like, you guys aren't doing the score right. And I'm like, wait a minute, you just walked up here and pretended you didn't know what the fuck was going on. Now you know the score. She goes around to the side of the machine, opens this little panel, starts pressing buttons. There's an electronic score system that we didn't even know about on the side of the game. She's a goddamn fucking expert of this shuffleboard shit, walked up acting like she was stupid. Oh man, that was great. She must have been so frustrated just watching us fumble around, trying to figure out the rules, like trying to get on our phone, Googling the rules, and she's like, fuck, dude. I'm not going to make any money off these guys. They're actually fucking stupid. Yeah, that's right, bitch. That's what you get for trying to be a shark. That's what happens. You got to have love in your heart and not be such a fucking shyster. But now that I know how to play shuffleboard, like now that I know sort of the rules, now I want to play it more. I feel like I won one game and I lost one game. But the last game I played, I won. So that means I'm the winner of the shuffleboard tournament for that night. Let's do a trivia question. The winner, whoever answers this question correctly, gets a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack. There's no other podcast on Twitch. I'm really about to sneeze right now and it's fucking making me mad. You want a chance to win these? Just answer the fucking question right. Today it's a really easy question. All you have to do is go back to like first grade, your first grade science book. Here's the question. First one to type it in is the winner. And I will mail these stickers to your favorite American address. What is the biggest planet in our solar system? I don't know. I'm not sure. Is it the sun? No, the sun's not a planet. It's a star. How do you fucking know? You ever been there? Oh, really? Then fuck you. No one fucking knows. OG Mickey says, LMAO. Big Chungamungo says Jupiter. Everyone says Jupiter. Sharky Genie says Mars. See, she said Mars. What the hell? Girls be going to Jupiter to get more stupider if you say something dumb like Mars. Holy guacamole. Fry isn't here. What a jerk. Jupiter, Mars, Pluto. The winner is Big Chung Mundo. He is the champion. He gets a free sticker pack mailed directly to him. I can't believe my viewers are so fucking stupid when it comes to planets. Really? Everyone knows Jupiter's the biggest one. I could understand if you're like, I haven't thought about planets for a while. But then you guys just say some random shit. You guys remember that little poem that people would say in school? Boys go to Mars to get candy bars. Girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider. And then girls go to Uranus because they're always fucking trying to put their head in some dog's butt. And then everyone in your little classroom laughs. I made up the last part right now. You guys remember the book, though? Men are from Mars. Women are from... I don't know what it was. Maybe Venus. Men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. I don't remember what it was. It was some big best-selling like book in the 90s. And it was about like how men and women communicate differently or something. I remember seeing that shit and hearing about it. It was on every like bookshelf at Walmart. It was all over the place. It was on like Oprah a billion times, best-selling bullshit book. I have no idea like what it entailed because I was probably like 9 years old at the time, but I never forgot the name of that book. And somebody made a ton of fucking money off it, man. Speaking of books, you don't hear about best-selling books anymore. Last big book I remember hearing about was 50 Shades of Grey, which I don't actually know. It's about like women being like torture fucked or something. Maybe I could be wrong. It's something like that. Something BDSM. What do those letters even stand for? B, bedroom, dominance, and sexual malice. I don't know what it stands for. Some bullshit. Yeah, who's out here reading? You know how they do like, oh, these are the best books of all time. There's some dude out there who has to read every book all the time, and then like at the end of the month, he's like, well, that one was my favorite, and this is second place, and that's third place. Dude, who has time to read books? Maybe they have audio books. Or maybe it's one of those things where you go to sleep and listen to it, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, that was a good book. Snore. I don't fucking know. Anyways, congratulations to the trivia winner. Let's jump right into an article. Let's mix it up here. We don't usually do news first, but today we will. First news article, Las Vegas bartender passes out and dies after a scuffle with intoxicated customer. If you guys are listening to this on Podbean or if you guys aren't watching the screen, it's like an old man. He's just a cool, happy old man just being a bartender, and then somebody fucking kills him. That's just annoying. Lawrence Guerrera is grieving the loss of his partner and husband of more than 20 years on Monday evening. Longtime local bartender Mark Haleman went to work at Champagne's Cafe on Maryland Parkway, but he never made it back home. The owner of the bar says Mark cut off a drunk man's dick. No, I'm kidding. He cut off a drunk man's drinks, said, hey, sir, you've had enough. No more alcohol for you. And that customer went behind the bar and got into a fight with him. He says no one was injured during the scuffle, but immediately afterwards, Mark passed out. Police confirmed they responded to the bar for an assault and battery. Officers found Mark passed out, and paramedics rushed him to the hospital, where he later died. He had 2 heart surgeries in the past, but no issues. His EKG said he was absolutely perfect. A lawyer tells News 3 that in the state of Nevada, bartenders are not legally required to cut off a patron. And they're also not responsible for what the patron does after they leave. However, they are trained to identify someone who has had too many drinks, and they suggest that they stop drinking and call a taxi. Lawrence says he's waiting for the coroner's office to release the exact cause of death. Quote, there's something that happened that caused his body to go into shock, whether it was physical or just the stress of what was happening. Lawrence said he hasn't had any communication with the police. News 3 reached out and they told us there's an open investigation. We haven't learned of any charges or an arrest at this time. Now, this is a really sad story because this guy was 60 years old only. Only 60 years old. And first off, if you're 60 years old and you're a nice guy, there should be no, like once you turn, I don't know how to say this. Once you turn like 27, you should probably stop getting in fights unless that's your profession. I'll go as far as say like 30, 33. You should hopefully not be getting in any fights of any kind unless you're a piece of shit. Like if you go around starting shit, then yeah, you're going to get in a fight. This guy's just at work. He's just hanging out. He's serving drinks, probably laughing, probably hanging out. He says, hey, listen, you've had enough. And then he gets in a fight and then dies. That is really annoying to me, man. Also, maybe there's more to the story, but here's what here's what most bartenders will do. you'll say, let me get another drink. If it's a mixed drink, okay? If it's a beer, there's really nothing you can do. If it's a mixed drink, you walk over there, you say you want a rum and Coke or Jack and Coke. Whiskey Coke, God damn it, I'm not paying the extra $1. Let me get a whiskey Coke. Because if you say Jack and Coke is $1 more, but if you say whiskey Coke, it's $1 less. Yeah, little secret for you guys when you turn 21. I just gave you the keys to the city now. You go back there, and if the customer's really fucked up, you just pour the Coke, and maybe you put here's what they used to do. They would dip the straw in whiskey and then put the straw in upside down. That way your first sip, you would taste whiskey. And then you drink the Coke. And that's how you avoid this type of problem. But if they're just drinking fucking beer after beer after beer, there's nothing you can do except say, hey, listen, you've had enough. I imagine that that has to be what happened. This guy's 60 years old. He's working at a bar. He knows the tricks. You know what I mean? Also, you don't expect, here in Las Vegas, you don't expect a drunk person to get mad for cutting them off. You'll just leave, right? Because all you have to do is walk 100 yards, and there's either going to be a liquor store or a corner store that serves beer and alcohol. And a lot of places within 100 yards, there will actually be another bar. You will find a Dottie's or a Molly's or a Jackpot Joni's or just another neighborhood bar or a PT's. We have all these big name brand bars out here that are like little franchises. If you get kicked out of a bar, you can just go to another one. It's not like a death sentence. It's not like you're kicked out forever. It's not like you're cut off. You can't drink forever. A lot of the times, if you get a cool bartender, they'll say, hey, tell you what, drink this water first. Once you finish that water, I'll bring you another drink. If you get a cool bartender. But this guy sounds like just a complete fucking dickhead. You gotta be pretty drunk to look at an old guy and be like, yup, fight time. Time for me to fight you, old man. And then this guy lost his life over it. It makes me, I tell you guys this all the time. There's two types of crimes that really make my blood boil. It's crimes against kids, obviously, and crimes against old people. It makes me really fucking annoyed. And this guy's just at his work. You know what I mean? It's not like this guy was fucking a 60-year-old on meth sitting at the bus stop and you're fucking playing on your phone and he fucking punches you. Yeah, sure. Then it's fucking green light on that old man. You're going to beat the shit out of him. But that's not what happened here. It's just a guy at work doing his job and probably doing a good job of it. He got you drunk, didn't he? So now he's gonna get you home safe. Step 1, get you drunk. Step 2, make sure you're safe. This fool's doing a great job at his job. And whatever, now he's dead because this guy's a dickhead. I hope they fucking lock this dude up. Unless there's more to the story, but it's a sad story. It's nice to have news back, right? We went through 2 websites, and instead of just hearing coronavirus, COVID, coronavirus, oh, the school's opening back, oh, school, COVID, we found some actual pretty interesting articles. Next article, this one's gonna blow your mind. Las Vegas police say a father and son are accused of beating a man to death at the bus stop. This one's by Elaine Emerson, so I'm looking forward to some spelling mistakes. Let's scroll down. By the way, 99 degrees outside in Las Vegas right now. 99 degrees. A father and son are accused of beating a man to death with a baseball bat at a bus stop. Reno Pena Castillo, age 68 years old, and Walter Pena, 23, each face charges of murder, robbery, and conspiracy to commit robbery. This makes me wonder, what the fuck type of family does a 68-year-old man and a 23-year-old man, father and son team, say, hey, let's go to a bus stop and kill someone? See, when I first read this, I thought it might have just been just robbery, right? Also, dumb idea. No one at the bus stop, no rich people are taking the bus around town. No one who has any nice jewelry or, $1,000 in their pocket is taking the bus. Unless they just hit a jackpot at a casino. That's possible too. But what would make these people do this? So I don't really have family shit. I don't have family events, but I'll go to Rye Dog's house for Thanksgiving, and Rye Dog will get drunk and his mom will get drunk. And I'll be like, oh, cool. We're all getting drunk. Family's getting drunk. What the hell kind of family just goes out and murders someone? it's so like it's so bizarre to me. Like, hey, dude, like, hey, pops, I know you're almost at your 70th birthday's coming up. Let's go fucking kill someone at a bus stop. Okay, let's continue reading. According to police, the beating happened at April 11th around 8:30 p.m. at a bus stop near Twain and University Center. This is kind of a ghetto area, just so you guys know. Police said multiple people called 911 about a man who was beaten with a baseball bat, and police located a man in the street with multiple head injuries. He was taken to the hospital. Police interviewed the victim the next day. He said he was at a bus stop talking to a woman when another man interjected into the conversation. The two men started to argue and fight, and two other men approached with baseball bats. So at this point, it kind of seems like a 3-on-1. The man said he tried to flee, but slipped, and the two men beat him over the head until he was unconscious. The man said they also stole his wallet and some jewelry. Police said they gave the victim a photo lineup, but he did not identify Pena as a suspect. Police say they believed the victim had suffered a brain injury, leading to the negative ID. Officers said they had multiple witnesses identifying Pena as one of the men involved. The victim checked out of the hospital on April 13th, which was 2 days after the attack, but his condition worsened. He checked back in that same night, and then he died 3 days later. Coroner's office ruled his death a homicide. He died from blunt force trauma to the head. They did not identify the victim by name. Police executed a search warrant on a nearby apartment belonging to the suspects and found 2 metal baseball bats inside. He was not granted bail and was given a $500,000. Wait, what? Pena Castillo was not granted bail, but Pena was given a $500,000 bail. Which one is which? I actually don't fucking care. See, this is actually just really annoying. I'm wondering, like, I try to look at it from both sides, right? I'm trying my best to give, like, the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the guy that got beat to death, maybe he was just twacked out being a dick. Maybe he was like, fucking do something then. Fucking do something then, bitch. And then gets his ass whooped. But still, you're going to kill somebody with a baseball bat. Oh, my homie Renee, he used to be or he still is, a tow truck driver. And somebody on fucking meth almost killed him, right? He was towing a car. He said someone on meth with no shoes kicked in the back window of his tow truck, got into it somehow, got out, knocked him out, and then kept knocking him out after he was already unconscious, just kept beating on his head. And whenever I hear some shit like this, I'm like, dude, you got a baseball bat? You tink somebody one time in the head, they're probably going out. You hit them one more time, they're probably gonna die. You know what I mean? So yeah, you'd absolutely need to be in jail for fucking murder. Also, I've knocked a lot of people out in fights, and I've never, ever overdone it. And I've gotten fucked up in fights, and no one's ever, like, overdone it on me. What a nightmare that would be. Because I've seen it on, World Star and shit. Dude gets knocked out, and then just fucking then gets kicked in the head 5 times. And you're like, dude, what? Where's the restraint? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. I can't imagine if this person who died was a family member of mine. I'd be so fucking furious that this guy just waits for the bus. Two people with baseball bats come up and beat him until he eventually dies. 2 people with baseball bats. Are you kidding me? It's just another sad story. It's a sad story that people have no restraint. You're allowed to knock somebody out, man. Like, if you don't get caught, it's allowed to happen. Cool. The let the streets kind of sort themselves out. But you're gonna go that far overboard, then yeah, you need to go to jail for murder, man, because you went so far overboard that another man lost his fucking life. Same as this bartender one. You know what I mean? You could have threw a drink at him and stormed off, but instead you went over there and you fucking killed a guy. Same as this. You could have knocked this dude out and then just fucking went home. But now you knocked him out, killed him, and robbed him. It's just fucking... You really lose faith in humanity sometimes when you read these articles like this. But That's how it is. On a positive note, let's talk about my life, man. The other day I was thinking that by the skate park, I don't remember what brought this up. I think I was trying to discuss people in Las Vegas now. They're building these like DIY skate parks in like sewers and drainage ditches. And I thought to myself how lucky I was skating at the skate park I skated at when I was fucking, 15, 16, 17. I skated at Bunker, and all you have to do is walk down the road maybe 50 yards. You walk down the road, and there's a big tunnel. And this big tunnel, it's like a sewer tunnel. It goes for about half a mile. And it's big. It's like 20 feet tall by 20 feet wide. You go for half a mile. There's no lights. It's completely pitch black in there. It curves around. And that was where people would go to smoke weed. You'd go down there if you wanted to have like a one-on-one fight with somebody. Go to the fucking tunnel. And also, this is how the story happened. I remember like the chick, basically the chick that I like lost my virginity to. She told me that she fucked one of my friends in the tunnel. And all I'm imagining is like just two kids in a sewer gutter, like in a disgusting like gutter tunnel, just banging. I'm talking like shoes are in the mud. Like you're just in this muddy sewer ground. And then imagine if all three of those happened at once. You go down there to smoke some weed, you see a fight, and then two people just banging in the dirt. And then some guy doing graffiti. That's why people went down there too. People went down there like do graffiti on the wall. And I thought to myself, man, what a cool place to have as a kid. Like a place to just get away from everybody and just like do bad shit. And it seems like, a bad thing. Also, I'm sure people went down there to smoke meth. I've told you guys that. Like half, maybe almost all my skateboard friends in that time period did meth. I still to this day have never smoked meth or done meth. But yeah, meth aside, I think it's really cool that as kids that we had this one like ducked off place to just like to get in trouble and be a kid. No one ever got in trouble down there ever. Also, it was a great place to run to if you ever like were in trouble. For example, you get in a fight at the skate park and you see police roll up. You run over there. The police cars can't get over the curbs and rocks and shit, so they can't get you. You run to the tunnel, you go in the tunnel, you fucking dart through the tunnel, and on the other side of it, you pop up on like a completely other street. You know what? I'm gonna make a video about it. I'm gonna grab a flashlight, and we're gonna go explore the tunnels. It's actually really, it's a sight to see, man. It's really cool. And I wonder like now, I mean, kids don't go outside these days anyway. They spend all day on fucking TikTok and Roblox and Fortnite and fucking Rocket League and staying home all day. But I wonder now, a lot of kids don't have that area they go to fuck off. It's probably like that in like places that have like woods and shit. Like you go out with your friends, you just go off into the woods and fucking smoke weed or, do whatever you want to do. I think kids need that. I think kids need a little area to go and get in trouble. I think it gets weird though if this skate park was in like a more commercial area. It's in kind of a residential area. If it was in a more commercial area, I think it'd be terrible because you'd be in there, you'd go down to the tunnel to smoke weed, and there'd be like three bums like with knives asking you for money. I think that would be really fucking terrible. But it's not like that in this situation. It's really secluded, and it's cool, man. I gotta show you guys. But I was wondering, maybe if you're watching this on YouTube or Podbean or iTunes or whatever, when you guys were kids, did you have this one spot where you go that you dip off to where like you can't really get in trouble, you can kind of get away with whatever you want? I was talking to somebody in the stream the other day. They said there was a baseball field, like an abandoned baseball field that no one ever went to. And they said they'd go to the fucking baseball field and then go down to the dugout area, like the part that's like lowered below ground a little bit. And that's where you smoke the W. Smoke the sticky icky. Smoke the devil's arugula. Oh yeah, I'm fucking smoking weed. I'm so high right now. I mean, or you could bang a chick in the dugout, I guess. Got dug out in the dugout. Oh, it's less funny. It's actually kind of weirding me out to think about it now. It's less funny to think about it because it's only kids that do this. So Like when you're a kid and like your friends fucking getting his dick sucked in the tunnel, you're like, oh, cool. Now I'm an adult. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? This kid's just, ugh, what's going on here, man? Shit. Yeah, that's why, yeah, I'm not going into the tunnel. You know what? Never mind. Forget the exploration, man. What if I go down there with a fucking flashlight and a camera? We see something that's going to put me in fucking prison. Oh, shit. I'm going to turn around. I didn't see it. I didn't see it, kids. Ugh. Wow, this conversation got fucking weird. Let's move on. I was going to say, y'all see the new Mortal Kombat? It's pretty good. We talked about it a little bit last week, I think. I read so many negative reviews about Mortal Kombat. It's terrible. It's trash. It's the worst movie. I can't believe they ruined it. They ruined Mortal Kombat? Really? Because the first one was an absolute blockbuster. They ruined Mortal Kombat, the movie based on a fucking game that's only people going, whoa, 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 whoopsie. You're telling me they ruined that dynamic fucking, that great franchise? Get the fuck out of here, man. It's a great video game. It's there to be played, not to be watched. You can only do so much with a movie. I thought it was great. It's funny because I had this conversation last night and I was like, we were talking about MMA, we were talking about fighting. Me and this dude had all the same opinions on fights. I'm like, yeah, this fool should be champ, this guy's overrated. And then he's like, you saw the new Mortal Kombat? And he's like, yeah, I saw it. And I was like, at the same time, we said these words at the same time. I thought it was great, horrible. And I'm like, horrible? I thought we had all the same opinions. And now suddenly you said horrible at the same time I said great. It was like, I thought it was horrible. We just said the same word, but the opposite word at the same time. I'm like, dude, what? What did you expect? Do you expect to get the next fucking Green Mile? Is that what you were hoping for? Because you're not gonna get it. It's fucking Mortal Kombat. Somebody's throwing fireballs, and this bitch got split in half. There's a thing with 4 arms. The dude has metal arms. And you went into this movie thinking it was going to be a cinematic masterpiece? Please. It was great. There was action. There was gore. The acting was actually not terrible. I thought that was pretty cool. And one thing they told me, I'm not going to spoil the movie for you guys, but I think they made this movie to set up a trilogy. If you guys want to set the bar, let's say you want to set the bar pretty high, just set the bar where it is. And when the third movie comes out, then we can finally say, oh shit, this one didn't live up to the hype. Or once we have 3, we can start putting them in order. We can be like, okay, this one was the best, this one's middle, this one sucked, something like that. But if anyone, okay, the reason I bring this up is because if anyone was thinking about watching Mortal Kombat and then they read the reviews and they said to themselves, nah, this looks terrible. Everyone said they hated it. I'm not watching it. Don't fucking listen to them. Don't listen to a goddamn word they say. You do what you want to do. Go watch it right now. Stop the podcast. Go watch it. It's pretty good. I liked it. Skating, man, lately has, it was good. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw the video already of today. I landed a crooked grind in transition. I told a nice little story about it. Skating was so embarrassing the other day. I was trying to do a simple crooked grind. I mean, it's not a simple trick, but it's not a trick that instills fear into the hearts of men across the country. It's the worst thing that could happen is you fall and you slide down on your butt. But for some reason, I was actively super afraid of this trick. And I don't know if it's because I'm less athletic. I don't know if it's because I'm fatter. I don't know if it's because I'm less comfortable on a skateboard. But this very simple trick, had my heart beating and shit. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. I'd go up and then I'd fucking punk out. I'd bitch out. I'd completely bail before I even tried the trick. And it was a trick that was kind of harmless. A trick that was mostly harmless. Not that much bad shit could happen. And eventually I was able to land it, but I landed it at the slowest pace ever. It took me so long to slowly get my confidence up. And there's a lot of aspects of skateboarding where that cannot happen. You can't slowly learn how to do a handrail. You get really good at flat bars and then you just go. Put your balls on layaway and fucking jump and do it. And most of the time it turns out okay. There's no okay, well, first I'll jump and sack it. Then I'll jump and I'll land my board on it. Then I'll sack it. Then I'll jump and I'll slide for about a foot. Then I'll sack it. Then I'll jump again. I'll slide for a foot. Then I'll fucking then I'll slip out and hit my elbow, then I'll jump on again, then now I feel confident, then I'll land it. It doesn't happen like that. Or stairs, like it maybe a little bit for stairs, but it's there's only a few delicate parts of skateboarding where you can slowly bullshit your way into landing the trick. And I was fortunate that it worked out for that trick, but I was so disappointed in myself at the end. I was like, oh shit! Like once I truly tried it, it was like six tries, boom. But the other 30 tries were me literally rolling up a ramp and then going wee and just jumping like a dumb kid jumping into like a swimming pool, wee, just fucking flailing his arms into a fucking a starfish formation. It was just sad, man. But it's nice to get the trick, but that was a disappointing session, and sometimes it is disappointing. I don't know about you guys, but I talk shit to myself so hard in a lot of things that I do. Mostly skateboarding. I'm like, dude, please fucking do this, you piece of shit. And I'll be saying that shit like whispering it to myself. Please land this, you piece of shit. Why are you so scared, you fucking pussy? What is wrong with you? It's just a crooked grind. Stop punking out. And then eventually I said, if you don't slide this one, like we're going home. It's like me talking to myself like I'm a kid. If you don't slide this one, we're going home and you're gonna make a video explaining that you're a bitch. I said that to myself. Like I said that to myself as if I'm talking to like a kid. If you don't drop in, we're going home and you're gonna have to write on the blackboard, I'm a pussy bitch 500 times. And then no Xbox for a week. That's how I felt like, man. I'm real like, when it comes to skateboarding, I had that real fucking split personality thing going on. I know a lot of people do that though. I watched a kid do it. On that very same day, this kid was like, come on, man, fucking just do the board slide. Don't be a bitch. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Except he was saying it really loudly. So I'm like, motherfucker, you call me a bitch? I'm doing a crooked grind, you dickhead. I'm not doing a board slide. But he was talking to himself. Well, yeah, skating is okay. That's what I wrote down in my notes here. Skating is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. I had a weird drunken thought the other day. If I had a barbecue and on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, if I invited 5,000 celebrities, I think one would show up. Maybe we should test the theory one day. I'll have a barbecue. I don't know how we can make 5,000. I don't know if Las Vegas has 5,000 celebrities in it. Maybe we'll have to go down to like pseudo celebs and like YouTube celebrities and, you know, like semi-good rappers and shit. But if we invited 5,000 famous people, important people, or even like politicians and shit, we hit up the mayor, the governor, the fucking treasurer. I'm thinking back to school. The prom queen, the fucking audio visual team, the chess club fucking leader. And if we invited like everyone, like all the people that do the news, or the weatherman from all the different weathermen, fucking like all the Golden Knights, the pro hockey players, all the Las Vegas Raiders. We invite Gabriella, except you know that she can't follow no fucking direction. She's gonna end up in Reno trying to fucking follow a simple direction. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. It's a weird theory. I wonder what else we could apply that theory to. I know a lot of people do it with chicks. I had this friend, he used to be like, yeah, if I talk to 100 chicks, like at least one of them's gonna say yes. And I'm like, that's not wrong. But what if you were just friendly and everyone liked you? Like, what if you were just a friendly guy? What if you're a friendly guy and you were just like naturally friendly to people around you, like at the bar or downtown or at a public place, and you were just a friendly, nice guy? Then for every 10 people you met, 5 of them might like you, like not fuck you, but like enjoy your presence. And like, yeah, well, fuck that shit, man. I'm trying to get my dick sucked. Like, okay, well, then cool. I worked with this guy named John on the slot job, and how do I explain this? He had a girlfriend that he had been living with for like 3 years, and they're really close, I guess. I only met the chick once. So he tells me the story of how he met her. He went to the fucking liquor store. She was gambling alone. He gets a bottle of whatever he drinks, a bottle of liquor, looks at this chick sitting there gambling and goes, hey, you want to fuck? And she's like, okay. And then they went and fucked, and then they were together for 3 years. I think to myself, dude, you're one of those guys. Because the other 99 times you do that, they're going to be like, get the fuck away from me, you fucking degenerate alcoholic. But I feel like I shouldn't have told that story because it's like Dumb and Dumber. Some people hear that story and they go, so you're saying there's a chance? So you're saying that shit worked for him? If it worked for him, it could work for me? No. So let's get back to the 5,000 celebrities. Rather than invite 5,000 celebrities, man, why don't we all just try to be nicer people to everyone around us? How about we all just have a heart, be respectful for the most part, and just be the change you want to see in the world, Gandhi. Oh, carpe diem, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I think that's a much better. I think that's a much better way to be. It's crazy that I didn't plan for this conversation to go this way at all. I freestyled. You guys know by now, I freestyled the whole fucking podcast, but it's crazy. This celebrity, the weird celebrity barbecue fucking topic turned into a let's all try to be better people. But whatever. Podcast is almost over. Let me explain to you guys what I'm doing after the podcast. I'm going to like a vegan cafe that also serves meat. But it's known for being vegan. It's like a super healthy, super nice cafe. I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be annoyingly expensive. I'm gonna probably get like a Caesar chicken salad sandwich or something healthy but hearty. It's gonna be like $12 for a fucking sandwich. Whatever. I'm excited to go. Right after this podcast is over, I'm gonna text Nick Stems. I'm gonna say, hey, let's go to this fucking healthy cafe. They have like an albacore tuna salad sandwich. I don't like tuna sandwiches, but motherfucker, if it looks healthy and maybe it tastes good, I'm gonna try it out, man. I'm very excited about it. I'm definitely gonna take a picture of my sandwich and put it on my Discord. But I'm excited about little things like that, man. It's Friday. My health has been pretty good this week. I've only been drinking liquor, which is not that really should not be the follow-up the follow-up sentence. I have been really healthy this week. I've only been drinking vodka. No water at all, just vodka. But no beer, no high calories. I've been really low on the calories. I did fuck up yesterday, though. Yesterday, I had 2 taquitos. I know, fucking send me to jail. I had 2 taquitos. But whatever. I'm happy that I'm sticking with the program. I don't feel like I'm getting skinnier. But I do feel like things are getting better, you know, week after week after week. I'm feeling better about my life. I'm feeling better about my little internet thing going on, my YouTube, my Twitch. So definitely on our way up lately. So that's good. Better up than going in a backwards direction. What if I was just getting fatter? I was just getting fatter and more depressed. Then that'd be terrible. Keith says your taquitos must be a lot different from the one I had. I can eat about 12. So they're big fat taquitos that they have at the... Oh, shit! This blew my fucking mind. Okay, final topic. I went to 7-Eleven. They have these taquitos that they just spin around, and usually they're behind the counter. They just spin. If you've ever seen like hot dog spinners, they just spin and sit there. Motherfucker, this place had it where you could just grab them off the shelf. They're in plain view of anyone. You could cough on it if you wanted to. You could touch it. This fucking tweaker came in, he grabbed 2 donuts, and he's like, I decided I don't want these. I'm just gonna put them back. And the fucking cashier was like, are you fucking stupid? No. Fucking throw them away and then get more. You can't fucking put your hand on donuts and then put them back. I mean, you can. Even if there was not a pandemic, I don't want some fucking tweaker touching the donuts and then putting them back. That's why, like, I'm a big advocate of all that shit being behind the counter. And you tell the cashier, I want that one and that one, please. Let them touch them. Put the glove on, use the tongs, put my food in there, and then hand it to me. But this place had them all open. Donuts, you could touch them. Taquitos, hot dogs, all out in the open. And it's crazy. I mean, it's not great. I don't really mind it, but it's crazy that up until last week, playing pool was like illegal because of the pandemic. You're not allowed to play pool, but I can go and fucking spit on a hot dog and then set it back down. Like, where's the consistency here? I can't play pool. Even like here's some of the places that have pool. You have to ask the bartender for a stick. He sprays the stick, wipes the stick down, hands it to you, hands one to your opponent, and says you guys can't switch sticks. Just play like that. And then when you want to come back, hand me the stick back, spray the stick down with some spray, Lysol or whatever, and do it like that. Okay, cool. Nice and clean in the pandemic. Even that was not allowed. Yet I can wipe my ass with my fucking finger, shove it in the little booty hole of a taquito, and fucking walk out of there. And if I was slick enough, the cashier wouldn't even see it. No consistency in this pandemic. Let that be a lesson to you guys. I don't know what the lesson is. I don't know what the lesson is. Just be a better person. Don't touch the taquitos and the donut. Don't fucking touch them. Use the glove, then grab the tongs, then put them in the bag, and be looking around. Be ready. Like, now, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna snitch. If I ever see someone touching taquitos with their hand, I'm fucking snitching. I'm gonna say, hey, he touched it. He touched it. Hey, he touched the taquito. Taquito toucher. Taquito toucher. Touch a taquito with his finger. I'm telling, man. I'm fucking snitched. Tekashi 6ix9ine all over again. That's me. Anyways, that's the podcast, guys. Go ahead and type hell yeah so I can shout everyone out who lasted till the end of the podcast. I appreciate everybody who tuned in today. I feel like we finally had a nice podcast. Not a whole lot of like bullshit stories, not a whole lot of rambling. I'd like to shout out Keith Skates for the small donation. I'd like to shout out Venus Dietrap for the 666. He donated $6.66. I also want to shout out J-Rock for his 17 straight months of being a subscriber. He resubscribed today. I want to shout out Kickflip, Blitzbray, OG Mickey, Fat Ralph, Sharky Genie, Big Chung Mundo, Infamy, Keith Skates, Chanting Plum, Julie Fett. It's been a good time, guys. If you missed the podcast, don't worry. A repeat happens on iTunes, Podbean, and YouTube on Sunday, early in the morning. If you don't have any money to donate, that's fine. If you don't know how to subscribe, that's fine too. Here's what you do need to do, though. Tell a friend about the podcast. That's how we grow. You can either tell them about the live Twitch podcast or tell them to search Stop Crying Poser on YouTube, and you can listen to it on there or watch it on there or iTunes or even like there's other little podcast, any little podcast things like little podcast services. Podcast, motherfucker, just search the goddamn name of the thing. Stop Crying Poser. Search it in, man. I appreciate all you guys for being here. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stick around for the post show. Don't drink too much, but also don't drink too little. And keep your hands off those taquitos. I'm not going to tell you guys again.